Hi. Okay. So I just got I'm like looking emotional, so I just got a comment on a thing where I posted my reaction in the Ren Patreon, and someone just sent me like the loveliest message about it, and it made me kind of emotional. And I don't know. It's just really nice. I want to, because they were saying how, like, I'm so articulate and all these different things, which I don't think that I am. And I want to be like, because I have such low self-esteem, I want to be like, you're wrong. But I know that is, keep reminding myself that is a rude thing to do when someone gives you a compliment. If you tell them that they're wrong, that's invalidating them. So I want to say, agree to disagree, but I'll just say thank you, and it's incredibly kind. And I got a little teary-eyed because I'm super not used to this. It's really nice. Okay, anyway, so I randomized the list of what to react to next, and I got Money Game, which I'm so excited about because I have heard Money Game, but I've never watched the video. I watched the Money Game 3 one once back when it first came out. Before I was really into Ren, I just like, oh, isn't that guy from that video that sat there with a guitar? And I watched it, I'm like, this is so cool, and that was about it. And then I think I saw Money Game 2 like on TikTok or something. All I know is the lyric video. I don't know if there's another video if there's like a proper one, but I saw the lyric one. But I never saw this, so I'm really psyched. What I know about it is that it is a Sam and Ren video, so it's probably gonna be awesome. And also it is a one take, and I remember hearing it took like over 150 takes, which, like, hey guys, you don't have to make your life this hard. You don't have to keep doing this. Or one take, I mean one shot. Like, you don't have to keep doing this. It's cool that you do, because I love watching them, but like, you can make it easier. You can just edit, it's fine. I won't think less of you. But now you've become like the one shot guys, which is, that's a pretty cool thing to be. Anyway, when I was trying to screen record on the Big Push one, it only screen recorded like 50 seconds and then stopped. So I've just accepted that I'm gonna have to record the video later and go back in and insert it, because I don't know how to edit anything, and I really don't know how to computer, so I have bad millennial brain and I'm terrible with tech. So I'm sure there's a really easy way to screen record. I have no idea what it is. So how it was working, how it worked the first few videos, it's not doing it anymore. So if at any point I'm like paused and therefore it's not going to show you what's on the screen when I've paused, I'll tell you. But other than that, I'm going to hopefully line it up pretty well. But if something doesn't line up perfectly, that's why, because I'm having to insert the video later. But yeah, I'm really psyched. Yeah, I love this song so much. It's great. Okay, video, let's do this. Wait, do I know Money Game? It sounds way different. Okay. That really threw me off. All right, so live recording, which again, guys, you don't have to make your life this hard, but I always appreciate it. And acoustic, which I did not expect. And I like when Ren does acoustic versions, because he's not, anyone else can just like, yeah, make it acoustic. I'm a sucker for like Foo Fighters' acoustic version of Everlong is still like one of my, I love that version so much. But he always like really makes it into a totally different song, which now I have no idea what to expect, which is pretty exciting. I know we've got Rope. It's probably not a great sign, but and he's not playing the guitar, so that's interesting. I wonder who's playing the guitar. Oh, I wonder if it's like a Money Game 3 thing where someone else is playing the instrument, like with the piano.
It's a strange time we're living in. Bull can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strive, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living.
I don't know why I was surprised by the hood on the head. It's a motif at this point in these videos, but it did throw me a little bit. Okay, so yes, we are doing a Money Game 3. Guy with a hood on his head is playing the music. His facial expressions were very fascinating. I mentioned in the Sick Boy reaction that with Ren, I do something that I never do with any other musician, is that when I watch him in a video, I am watching him like an actor. I am watching what his eyes are doing, what his face is doing, what his hands are doing, because he is putting on a whole character persona. And it's hard with this one because I don't know if maybe he's just tired, but I'm just going to analyze the heck out of it because it's fun for me. So I thought it was interesting when he was looking at the camera and singing, his eyes were a little wider than normal and looked kind of vacant, which could also be tired, but we'll go with it's a thing. He looked sort of almost empty inside. And then when he's talking about Parliament, his eyes look off to the side as if like, is someone there? Like someone's there, or like he looks kind of spaced out, which is very interesting. I don't know how symbolic we're going here of like, is the money game in the chair? Is he the money game? Are we in the chair? Kind of a thing. Oh goodness, this is exciting. Silly how excited I get, but I do get very excited. You know how insufferable I am to watch movies with, because it's just this nonstop. It's terrible. I try to keep it in my head, but every so often I'm like, what do you think this means? And someone wants to throw popcorn at me. It's fair.
Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose, but who's fooling who? A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame, the pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole world burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game.
God. Oh, that's such a pretty shot. The one of him pointing his little finger gun, which is very Reservoir Dogs. Looks like Mr. Blonde with the cop in the chair. Oh my goodness. You could tell they were little Kubrick boys, because Kubrick loves to have shots that just look like paintings. I'm such a big fan of when that happens in films, where it looks like you could just take that shot and put it on your wall. Another guy who's big at that is director Peter Greenaway. All his stuff looks so like paintings. I mean, so much so that in one of his films, Cook the Thief, his wife, her lover, literally every single like room is a different color, and as the characters move between them, their outfits change color. This is not related to this. Focus. Okay. I love that even when he grabs his face, when he's pointing the little gun at the guy's face, he doesn't react. He doesn't react because he can't see it. You're threatening someone with something they can't see, which could be, you know, if Ren is the money game, or someone being controlled by or in the grips of the money game. If let's say the general public is in the chair, that's cool, because I didn't know I could play guitar so well. But anyway, we are blind to it. We can't see the game going on in front of our faces. I might go on a real small film tangent. Real small, I promise. The other thing that this is making me think of, location-wise, and I'm only stating it because sharing feelings, and it's rising the tension for me personally, is this setting reminds me of a documentary I watched, and it's a pretty upsetting documentary, so if you want to fast forward a little bit, that's cool. But to when like the video's back up, but it is a documentary called The Act of Killing. It's extremely fascinating, but a decided bummer. It's about I want to make sure I get the right country. I believe the Indonesian death squads. These are older men who used to be a part of these squads, who now live free lives. They, you know, in their minds, they did their duty for their country. And it shows a lot about sort of cognitive dissonance that people have when they do terrible things, and how they can lie to themselves and tell them that, you know, screw you, it was totally valid, and blah, 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 and we're the good guys. And, you know, but filmmakers went to them and basically like, we want you to explain your crimes and also act them out, like make little movies about them. And it's freaky to kind of see what these guys think of the things they did. But there's one man in particular who's seems to be really haunted by what happened. By the things he did. He mentions not being able to sleep and how he has to take drugs to kind of function. But he takes the camera crew to a spot where, just out of convenience, they would bring a lot of prisoners to kill. And it's like, oh god, it got really messy, it was too hard, so we just started strangling people against pipes. And he's walking you through this so matter-of-factly, it's really disturbing. But the area is not as big as this, but reminds me of it, with like the gate on one side, and it looks kind of dank like this. I don't remember if there were big poles or if it was just pipes, but yeah, that's just what it's making me think of, which is kind of reinforcing the kind of unsettling vibes of this. I probably didn't need to share that, but I did anyway, because that's what I do. And if you don't mind upsetting topics and like a good documentary, that is a fantastic one, but it is rough to watch. Okay, anyway, back to Ren and this video. Play. There we go.
His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain.
Sounds so pretty.
A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
Again, to the facial expressions. When he looks back, says the whole poisoning the vein, his expressions keep looking, they're strangely softer than I imagined they would be. First of all, I thought I liked Money Game. No offense, fuck that song on Spotify. This is I love this version so much. This is all I want to listen to now. This is my new this is Money Game to me now. I love it. Oh, it's so good. But his expressions are strangely soft, and again, when he looked back, he looks kind of confused. When he kneels down in front of them, there's sort of this small, like this soft, but almost his eyes again still look kind of vacant. This soft sort of smile. That does look like someone just kind of not quite with reality. Like this kind of, I feel like it's a puppet of the money game. Even when he's talking about, we point the mirror at ourselves. He looks kind of, his brow kind of furrows as he's trying to like make eye contact with a guy that's got no eyes. Like he's sitting there like holding, like trying to like make eye contact with him. It's like, you can't, buddy. He ain't got a face. And then when he gets him to stop, it's like he's almost surprised that he stopped. Yeah, I don't know. In my head, Ren is playing a puppet of the money game. Or the embodiment of just kind of like not even aware of how destructive he is. Or someone just lost to it. Maybe we'll see if he can. Yeah, I don't know. Oh gosh. Okay.
President is
Okay, that's the one part I have not liked. I needed the bat to go up on the beat. That bugs me that it didn't. I don't like that at all. Besides that, first of all, if you are in a chair with rope on you and someone is dressed for weather that is not happening outside, you're not gonna have a great day. If you hear Huey Lewis in the news, just start running. It's about to go full American Psycho in here. I love what they did with the bat there. First of all, it just sounds cool that it's hitting on the beat, but also, look, I don't think that Ren's about to beat a man with a bat. Whether probably not even in the narrative, but certainly not in real life. And everyone watching knows that Ren's not about to beat someone with a bat. But that trick is a lot of what they do in horror films, where like, you logically understand no one's in danger. You're watching a movie. When a killer with an axe goes after somebody, it's not a real axe. They're all actors. Everyone's fine. But the way that they can kind of trick your brain into forgetting that is obviously through lots of things like the story and music and things like that. But one trick they use a lot is, let's say the killer has an axe, right? Swinging down on someone, misses them, hits something beside them like a tree or something. So it reinforces as you see it go into the tree or into a, whatever it is, a door. In your brain, it tells you like watching it sink into the tree. This axe is heavy. This axe is sharp. Hearing the, the smacking of the bat. It's reminding you this is not a fake bat. This is a real bat, and it's hard, and it makes that sound. Even though no one's gonna get hurt. for a minute your brain forgets and you're just like, oh my gosh, because you're like, it's real. It's a very cool trick, and I think it's well used here. Okay.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas that keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us and
those jumps were so cool. It was such a simple thing of having the camera move in the opposite direction, or the camera operator move in the opposite direction of Ren to make these like kind of bigger looking jumps. And then again, you're getting in someone's face with a bat, a threatening motion to someone who cannot see the threat right in front of them. Such a great symbolism there. And we've got a guy who this whole time has looked very kind of blank, is now looking more like he's feeling what he's saying. I don't know if that's I love making stories that probably aren't happening, but I don't care. It's like he's becoming more aware of what he's saying, like he's becoming more self-aware. So we'll see if that continues in the video, if it's a puppet of the money game becoming aware of the money game. Yeah, I don't know. Or a tool of the money game, because he's the one, you know, threatening the let's say us in the chair.
But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that savages colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent, I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak, our opinions aren't our own, and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain, rain, rain.
Okay. That was great. One thing I fast rapping, half the time I always feel like it's just like, yeah, you're flexing, you can rap quickly, but I have no idea what you're saying, so whatever, you could just be speaking nonsense, but for the most part, I almost always understand Ren when he's speaking quickly. It just kind of adds to the tenseness of the song. And talking about, I talked about one takes in Animal Flow, and how they can be used to help tell a story. This one is so perfect because it is this tense scene. We don't know what's going to happen. There's someone tied to a chair. Ren's got a weapon of some kind. It's something bad may happen by the end of this video. And because it's a one-shot, we never get any kind of reprieve. We are following Ren. We are trapped with him. Whether he's a danger or not, we don't know yet. But we are a prisoner in this room just like they are. And it really, it helps tell the story so much, and it again adds to that sort of unease. As he was going around, if we continue with my version of things, where he was a kind of maybe automaton or tool of the money game and is becoming self-aware, which is what I've decided is happening. This is so in my head. I want to go watch other reactions after this to see if I'm totally just making something up, but I like it, so I don't care. We're seeing him suddenly making a lot more eye contact with the camera. He's talking more to us, the audience, which he wasn't really before. In fact, he was kind of not, he was almost avoiding eye contact with us, it felt like at times. And you're watching him, he's getting angry. He's really becoming more present in what's happening. And I felt the Spotify version, I loved it, but now looking compared to this, it feels monotoned almost. Because when he's doing the little I'll shed the light on immigrants thing, he's looking in the camera, and the way he's moving his hands is like a teacher. He's like this, and then this, and then this. And then, of course, that shot of him leaning on the bat there, in the middle we sleep part it's real pretty. When I run out of things to say and just say it's pretty. Because it is. Oh, gosh.
There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame.
As I mentioned in the Cujo beatdown thing where he's kind of walk skipping in front of Cujo, it's that sort of childish movements to kind of make you just see sort of maybe how unhinged the person you're dealing with is. With the whole the finger gun, like Reservoir Dogs, it makes me think of in Reservoir Dogs when Mr. Blonde is dancing to Stuck in the Middle with You and then like cuts off a dude's ear, where it's just like you don't quite know what he's thinking. He's sitting there like kind of doing his little groove. It really throws you off. Oh no, I want to go back. I want to see him do his little dance again.
The storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame,
pretty.
but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
What you doing?
This old money game.
That is an image I've seen before on the Spotify track. Okay, so again, if we continue with my version of things, my story, he was a tool of the money game and was threatening us on behalf of the money game, or threatening the people in the chair on behalf of the money game. He was a tool being used. He became self-aware, put down his weapon, and then gave us eyes. Or gave the person in the chair eyes. Now he's going to burn them. Oh no! And again, now that they can see, finally he reacts to something in front of him. He can see the threat at last. Well, one step back. He looks so sad and kind of resigned to something. So. Is he gonna burn them? Is he gonna burn the whole building? They don't have the budget for that. They super don't have permission to be where they are. There's no way. Is it bad that I was flinching less about the lighter and more about what is that thing he's pouring on himself and it looked like it got in his eyes? Shut your eyes, Ren. That wasn't water. What was that? I don't know. Some kind of oil of some kind. That probably wasn't. I hope he didn't have to do that 150 times because that would have sucked. Probably not, because there would have been marks on the floor. Anyway, sorry. Analyzing. Yeah, again, his face when he he was looking at the camera at the end. It was this sort of sad but resigned face of, if with my story he is a tool of the money game that's become self-aware, is he like burning himself? Is it a protest? Because the obvious imagery makes you think of monks and protesters who have done it's a stupid word, lighting yourself on fire, self-immolation. It's in there. Self-immolation, or you light yourself on fire and protest. Is it a protest thing? Is it him stopping, like freeing himself of the money game? Or is it just, again, that thing of, you can't just, to destroy it, you have to destroy yourself because we're all part of it, which I think is such a cool thing that Ren points out. Is it's so easy to just point out the problem and be like, the system's corrupt, like it super is, totally. How do you fix it? Not sure, because I don't know the answer to fix everything. I don't know if anyone does, but it's about seeing the corruption, accepting you're a part of it, and trying to do little things you can to just make it better for other people. That's the point. That might be my new favorite Ren video. I liked that a ton. Ooh, and you've fully ruined the version on Spotify for me. That song is trash. It is all about this version now. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there you go. That's my Ren money game reaction. I'm sure people are gonna look at my version of things and be like, she is out of her mind. What is she talking about? My weird reading of the video is probably extremely off, but I don't care. I had fun making up my little story for it. And if it's accurate, that's awesome, but I kind of doubt it. There you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Yay, these are fun. Bye!